Hey everyone, welcome back. David in History for the Ages here. So I wanted to create something new for everyone. Those of you who follow my channel know that have a ton of history videos out there, and a lot of people who watch my videos are just history buffs. They just want to learn history. However, I've also had a lot of homeschoolers who've been watching my videos, and for a long time, homeschoolers said, "Hey, can you create some unit studies to go along with them so we can kind of help and make sure our students and kids are learning?" And so I started to do that a few months back, and now I have enough unit studies where you can actually take an entire history course or two history courses equivalent of my Western Civ class. And so what you can see broken down here is what I have. I have about 18 unit studies now that cover from pre-civilization all the way to the Cold War, and they're designed mainly for, I would say, like 12 to 18-year olds if you're a homeschooling family. And this is different. There's a lot of history curriculum out there, I get that, but there's not probably a lot of history curriculum created by a history professor who's been teaching this stuff for 25 years. You can always watch my lectures for free. That's the other thing. Every unit study has a playlist on my YouTube channel, so you could go on my YouTube channel and find the playlist for each one, and you could watch the videos before you even choose to buy the unit studies. That's perfectly fine. The unit studies all have very similar kind of elements in them. They have like questions to think about, objective questions, usually like 20 to 30 objective questions, depending on the length of the unit study. I give the answers to the objective questions kind of on a separate sheet of paper. I have open-ended questions, and I have like bullet points to help answer those open-ended questions. And then there's like resources to learn more. Some have map exercises, some have charts and graphs, suggested learning activities. You kind of find all those things in the unit studies. They're geared, as I said, like about 12 to 18-year-olds. Although I've had parents tell me their 10-year-olds have used them. I've had some parents tell me their 6-year-olds. They haven't used my unit studies, but they could still watch the videos and are still just learning things from the videos. I always tell students and parents, especially, that it is history, right? I always say that some of the material could be intense, and so especially the World War lectures. So I always say, make sure you do watch these with your children if you're concerned. Obviously, every family has their own kind of idea of what's appropriate and not in terms of intensity when you talk about wars and battles, and all of those things that happen in some of these lectures that I cover. The other thing I could tell you is you could get either one unit study, you could buy the whole thing. And again, in the description, I kind of break down the prices and everything. Some of them are only $4. Some, I think the highest one is $8. If you buy all the unit studies together, I think it's set now, it's set at $89 for all of them. And that would be the equivalent of two courses, right? All my early Western Civ and modern Western Civ. I don't know, for every state you live in, if you have your student complete this, if you can turn this into some sort of documentation and get credit and all that. That I don't know. What I can tell you is that anybody who does complete all these unit studies will know more about Western civilization. Any 12 to 18-year-old that completes all these and watches my videos and does all the unit studies will know more about Western civilization history than pretty much any kid their age, right? And I think that's the end game, right? To learn the stuff, to just enjoy the learning. I have another unit study, and that would be part of the total bundle that I currently have on modern Israel. A lot of people asked for that, so I made that. I teach history of the Middle East as well, and so I'm going to kind of see if people really are interested and want the history of the Middle East. I'll create a whole set of unit studies for that, so that could be a whole curriculum as well. So these are all things you have. If you have questions, in terms of, what else, anything about it, you could leave in the comments. You could also find a free copy of one of the unit studies. The one on the French Revolution and Napoleon is on Teachers Paying Teachers. So you can go there, you can download it for free. I wouldn't buy the other unit studies from there. They're a lot more expensive than if you just email me directly, as I explain in the description below. But it's something you could look at and see, oh, this is what it's there. And you can always just watch the videos for free and, see if you like it and then get the unit studies. But if you have questions, let me know. Hopefully this will help a lot of families learn history and develop a passion for history as I have. And if you know other people, let them know about it. I appreciate it. And that's it. Everyone have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.